Today we have a rift in the world of gaming mice, the Pulsar X2H Wireless mouse, seamlessly blending cutting-edge technology with an ergonomic design that ends up putting it in a class of its own. Yo, what is going on? You're checking out Fusion HQ. My name is Chris and welcome back to the channel. Today we're checking out the brand new X2H from Pulsar Gaming, and I'll be doing some light comparisons between this mouse and the brand new X2 V2. That's because both of these mice internally are exactly the same. Now, if you guys want a more detailed look of what those internal upgrades are, I strongly suggest you guys go back and check out my full review of the X2 V2. Now, both of these mice, the major differences here are going to be dimensions, weight, as well as the shell. So that's it. Let's go ahead and dive right in. Taking a look at this new X2H mouse, this has a higher hump and a more narrow waist to it compared to the newer X2 V2 model, which has a lower hump and a wider waist. Now, if we focus on the front of the X2H, you'll notice that the mouse 1 and 2 buttons slope a little bit more down here, and that's due to that rounder back of this shell. Now, this makes a really noticeable difference once you get this mouse in hand. It almost fits perfectly into the palm of your hand. It really feels like the most natural grip when it comes to a mouse. At least that's how it is for me. Right now, I have the mini version in front of me, and that weighs in at 52 grams. Now, they're also planning on releasing a medium version, but unfortunately, I don't have the medium one here today to compare the grip. But honestly, this mini version feels spot on for both my hand size and the way that I play. I've got to say, going by how this feels, I think the medium size might be a bit too big for me, as that back hump on this mouse really just cups perfectly into the back of my palm. The weight is 1 gram heavier than the X2 V2, but as I mentioned in my review of the X2 V2, I feel the weight of these mice just hits right at that perfect sweet spot of just not too light and not too heavy when it comes to smaller mice, and I'm glad they didn't make these mice lower than 50 grams. Flipping the mice over, both sport the same 3 feet positions. You have the same 5 cutouts allowing us to see some of the internals, and both of these mice sport the same flagship PAW3395 sensor, which is just an absolute powerhouse when it comes to performance. It is precise and efficient, and it has low battery consumption as well, so your wireless mouse can just keep on going. Now, you can make even more precise tweaks here using the software. You could do things like change up your DPI, create macros. You could even fine-tune how quickly clicks register, so your mouse is just perfect to your own gaming style. Now, this mouse being wireless, it does come with your standard 2.4 GHz wireless receiver, but Pulsar is dropping a 4K dongle here in the near future, which means enhanced polling rates and seamless compatibility with high refresh rate monitors. Now, I know the coating on these mice was a really big concern for most people, and I must say the coating on both of these mice feel literally identical. The coating has more of a matte powder coat look to it that feels smooth to the touch. So far, it's been holding up really nicely with some heavy usage, though fingerprints and smudges will definitely be an issue as they show up almost immediately. The scroll wheel on the H extends slightly more out of the mouse due to the shell shape, and it is for sure more prominent. Now, the scrolls are smooth and satisfying as well as the clicks. Sporting Pulsar's latest blue encoder and the new optical switches, double clicking becomes a thing of the past, and now we've got some top-notch control when it comes to responsiveness. No doubt about it, both of these mice perform well and they feel great in hand during use. The X2 V2 shell is a familiar friend. It's a mouse that we've all grown to love, and I'm pretty sure it's going to stay that way for a long time. However, when it comes to this new X2H, it's a bit tricky for me to find a comparable mouse shell on the current market. Anything I could compare it to that I've personally used would have a much more pronounced hump, completely changing the feel. As of now, the X2H model sits in a category all on its own in terms of shape and feel. Now, I'm talking specifically here about the mini version since I haven't had my hands on the medium yet. But this new X2H just feels incredibly natural in my grip, much more so than any of the mice I've used lately. Now, of course, playstyle is all about personal preference, but the X2H really excels in palm and claw grip. If that is your go-to style, I'm pretty confident you'll be just as smitten with this mouse as I am. So let's say you're in the market for a new mouse and you're stuck between the X2 V2 and the X2H. Honestly, whichever way you lean, you really can't go wrong considering both mice boast those snazzy upgraded internals. But for me, the X2H takes the crown between the two. It just perfectly aligns with my playstyle and comfort preferences. A mouse that truly keeps me locked in due to the way it almost perfectly nestles into my hand. The new X2V2 as well as this brand new X2H in both medium and small will just run you a little under $100. It will also be available in either black or white at launch. And as always, if you want to pick up any of the mice that we spoke about here today, all links can be found down below in the video description. So that is my take on the brand new X2H from Pulsar. What do you guys think of this mouse? And are you torn in between which one to pick up? If you were to pick up one of these mice, which one would you go for? That's what I want to know, all right? I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, like always, give it a huge thumbs up, maybe share it with a friend. If you guys are new here, please consider subscribing as I want to grow this community bigger and better. And that is it for me. If you have a dog at home, do me a favor, grab it by its little fat face, bring it close, and tell it you love it, all right? That's it, guys. Most importantly, you guys stay safe out there. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.